Let's get right into it. Today's explainer unpacks some incredibly powerful insights from Indige House's House of Smoke and Ash, an event held during Beard Week 2026. What we're really looking at here is a complete masterclass in resilience, community, and honestly, the profound power of food. If you've ever thought of food as, just fuel to get you through the day, culinary pioneers like Sean Sherman of Natives, Jaden Wheeletto, and Joffrey Key are about to completely flip that perspective on its head.
Take this idea from Jaden Wheeletto from Dragonfly Farm and Co-op. He completely reframes how we look at agriculture. Industrial farming usually treats growing food as a strictly mechanical process, right? But in the indigenous view, it's a living, listening kinship. You aren't just dropping seeds into the dirt, you are literally working alongside your relatives.
To really grasp what this means, we're going to explore 5 interconnected concepts today: the living memory of food, the return of the buffalo, seed sovereignty, culinary diplomacy, and finally, the indigenous future.
Section 1. The living memory of food.
The holistic medicine wheel perfectly visualizes the profound ecological balance that Jason Baldes describes. It shows our deep, essential relationships with the buffalo, the deer, corn, beans, and the water. This is so much more than a philosophical concept. It's practically a structural diagram of survival. It represents a seasonal, cyclical understanding of the world, balancing the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health of an entire community right through its food ecosystem.
Moving on to Section 2, the return of the buffalo.
It's a hard truth, but the near extinction of the bison wasn't just some historical accident. It was a deliberate, calculated strategy designed to literally break indigenous food systems and force plains tribes into submission. But today, the strategy is restoration. Bringing back the animal relative, and with it, the ecological balance of the land, is this profound act of deep self-determination.
And the progress they're making is just astounding. Today, the Intertribal Buffalo Council has grown to 90 member tribes. To put that into perspective, back in 1992, there were only 12. To their absolutely relentless work, they've restored over 30,000 buffalo back to Indian country. It's a massive reclamation of a keystone species.
And buffalo really are the ultimate keystone species. Their very biology actively restores the local ecology. Get this, a buffalo has 18,000 hairs per square inch. When they shed this super warm, naturally water-repellent hair, ground-nesting birds actually pick it up and use it to perfectly incubate their eggs. It's amazing. Wherever the buffalo go, vast plant and animal biodiversity immediately follows.
But it goes way beyond just the ecology. Restoring the buffalo is actually a direct public health intervention. When its steady diet of buffalo meat is reintroduced to elders, it dramatically reduces diet-related conditions like diabetes, which have hit reservations incredibly hard. And for the youth, it literally improves cognition and test scores. We're talking about a holistic healing of the entire community.
All right, Section 3, Seed Sovereignty and Survival.
Let's look at a stark contrast here. Industrial agriculture often degrades the land with harsh chemicals and totally disconnects us from our food, shipping it thousands of miles away. Indigenous systems, on the other hand, are rooted in immense biodiversity, deep kinship, and highly localized climate adaptation. And I want to be super clear, these aren't just quaint traditions from the past. They are incredibly sophisticated, regenerative solutions that already exist and are being actively practiced right now.
Jaden's dryland farming techniques in Arizona perfectly demonstrate exactly what I mean. Everything starts with reverence, specifically cornmeal and tobacco ceremonies. Then, they utilize Zuni waffle gardens, which are these ingenious sunken beds that catch precious water and act as windbreaks. And this blows my mind. They grow ancient varieties of corn that punch 18 inches deep into the earth just to find groundwater. That lets them thrive on a mere 12 inches of rain a year. That is traditional knowledge, critically observing the land to survive severe heat stress.
The preparation of this food is just as deeply tied to the land. I want you to imagine the smell of wet earth and cedar wood for a second. You burn a cedar fire all day long, place the fresh green corn into an earth pit, seal it up tightly, and let it steam overnight before drying it for the winter. It's a culinary process perfectly, beautifully adapted to the landscape. No modern industrial kitchen required.
Section 4, Food as Culinary Diplomacy.
So what is culinary diplomacy? Well, it's essentially using food and cuisine as tools to create cross-cultural understanding and really drive community resilience. Joff Key is someone who embodies this completely, whether he's tracing ancient Mesoamerican cacao trade routes all the way up to Chaco Canyon in New Mexico, or leveraging his culinary skills to directly help his immediate community today, he's living this concept out loud. But we definitely have to acknowledge the immense hurdles here. Understanding the environmental injustice is absolutely crucial. In Jeff's home of Pueblo Laguna, the legacy of the world's largest open-pit uranium mine isn't just some abstract concept. The massive industrial blasting literally shook the local villages and completely shattered the grandmother's traditional outdoor baking ovens. The literal physical tools of community nourishment were destroyed.
But how did Jeff respond to that kind of immense loss? He took action. He started with mutual aid, literally baking pizzas in his own little oven and giving them away to first responders and nursing staff through Keys Pies. And that act of grassroots community care, it sparked a movement. It blossomed into securing an actual farm to keep their indigenous permaculture dreams and traditions alive. It's just a beautiful story of resilience in action.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, the Indigenous Future. We're still here. That's a powerful statement. The living memory of food isn't some dry anthropological study relegated to the past. It is a vibrant, contemporary reality. Indigenous knowledge is fully alive right now in the seeds, the returning buffalo herds, the youth, and the modern culinary world. Now, it certainly takes a village to keep this momentum going. Dedicated chefs like Blue Adams, Sean Sherman of the Indigenous Food Lab, and a massive vital network of advocates and filmmakers are continually elevating this message. Programs hosted by the James Beard Foundation and events like Indige House are serving as absolutely critical platforms to amplify this Indigenous excellence on a global scale.
And you know, this perfectly captures why land back is such a highly intersectional, holistic concept. It's definitely not just about real estate. It means water back, medicines back, bundles back, ceremonies back, language back, culture back. You simply cannot separate the food from the land or the people from the food. It is all one interconnected, living, breathing ecosystem of sovereignty. So I want to leave you with a thought. From the resilient 18-inch roots of dryland corn to the ecological magic of a buffalo's coat, it's pretty clear that the answers to our modern environmental and health crises have literally been growing in the ground right beside us all along. How will we choose to listen to our plant and animal relatives going forward? Definitely something to think about. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, keep questioning,